the brain hemorrhage. Remember, it was a very difficult moment for him as at the time he had that surgery. And also we look at what happened yesterday in the Spanish La Liga Santander. Well, it will also go down to the wire. But one thing for Atletico, win your remaining 2 matches, you'll be crowned champions. But yesterday, the Los Blancos, Real Madrid, also won their game away from home in order for them to keep their title hopes alive as far as La Liga is concerned. So we will be giving you results of the matches of ongoing right now in tennis as far as the Italian Open is concerned. Yesterday, Rafael Nadal has to battle against Denis Shapovalov. It was in 3 sets, but the Spaniard won that game. And basketball results still are with you as far as transfer gossips. And also, in the Nigerian Professional Football League, Ahmed Musa, Super Eagles captain, is about to make his debut against Bottomside at Damawa United. So all this we have for you this morning on your favorite sports show on radio and Sports Fiesta, reaching live on 2.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. My name is Egusa Agbekani, Sports Maestro, and I've got Salihu Ibrahim, the Bracadabra Sports, with me on the show this morning. Ibrahim, good morning. Great to have you back after the Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Fantastic sporting events taking place, and for Nigeria, I mean, it is interesting. I'm happy that they're planning on getting quality friendlies for the Super Eagles, but I think we've had that before. They tell you we are going to have A friendlies, and then some of the friendlies that they organize, maybe it's not as great A as you will have wanted, but it's good now that the qualifiers for the World Cup have been moved forward a bit, and we are going to have it until around March next year. It's important for you to prepare, because Nigerians will not accept any excuse for not qualifying for the World Cup. It has become something that we are very used to. In recent years, it's just Germany 2006 that we failed to qualify for. But I think it has even got to a point where Nigerians should be demanding that it's not just about qualification anymore. We should actually be setting new standards in the World Cup. When we qualified for our first World Cup in 1994, we had a squad that could have done much better than the second round that they got to. And subsequently, we've also gone there, but we've not performed as well as we did in the very first World Cup, which is not showing progress. Everybody accepts, even till today, that the squad of USA 94 was the best that we've seen at the World Cup. Yeah, we qualified for France 98. We still topped our group, but we saw how we lost to Denmark in the round of 16. In Korea, Japan 2002, we didn't even qualify from the group. Germany 2006, we did not even make it. So it's not progress. And at the last World Cup, we did not leave the group. In 2014, we got to the second round, but we lost to France 2-0. So you see, losing to Italy 2-1 in the second round at USA 94 was still our best performance, and that's so many years ago. Many of those players, there is none of those players at USA 94 that is still active. They've all retired. Unfortunately, we've even lost some of them. So it's time that we started getting to at least the quarterfinals, which is the best performance from an African side at the World Cup. So we should be thinking about getting to the semi-final, thinking about going there as contenders, because we shouldn't be going as underdogs anymore. The first time was when we went as underdogs.
That was the best outing so far.
Some quality. If we had gone past Italy, only God knows what will have happened. But I hope that things work out well. I hope that these grade A friendlies that they're talking about, we have them. We get to really have our team in place. But which is something that bothers me, by now, I think we should be getting to the climax of in terms of the structure of the team. We should know it by now, the DNA of that team. Under Clemens Westerhoff, as at the time we're going for USA 94, Tunisia 94, you knew. He brought new players came in.
Sure.
So, we are aware. New players came in when they went to the Tunisia 94 Africa competition. Sunday Olise. Or if it was to JJ Okocha, that was the time. That was their first competition. But you saw the quality of the people who were coming in, the players who were coming into the team. It made the team stronger. Yeah, but now with Ghana throughout the same 5 years that Westerhoff, as at the time that Westerhoff was getting to his pinnacle in terms of talking about the very peak of the powers of the Super Eagles. It was USA 94, Tunisia 94. We had a very good... West Ham took over in 1989. After his first game was the return leg against Cameroon in the qualifiers for the Italia 90 World Cup. We lost that game 1-0. And he said, well, you know, I didn't start with the team. I promise you the next one will qualify. And he did. The qualifiers for the very first time. So subsequently, we went to the African Cup of Nations in 1990. He got to the final with a largely experimental side. And that's where we began to realize that you don't have to depend on your foreign-based professionals. The only Andrew Uwe, Rashidi Yekini, and Ademola Adesina. These were the established players that we took to the African Cup of Nations in Algiers. That was the first major tournament for people like Daniel Amokachi. Yeah, they've played the Wafu Cup, but Daniel Amokachi, Uche Okechukwu, Austin Okocha's elder brother, Emmanuel Okocha, Wasi Ikbaye, many of these players, that was the first time that they were making it into the Super Eagles squad. And they went to the Africa Cup of Nations and they got to the final. We lost scandalously against Algeria 5-1 in the first match, but we were able to navigate our way all the way to the final. And we met the same Algeria again. It was just 1-0 that we lost. It was Sheriff Ujani who got that goal for them. So it showed progress. The next competition, when we now had all the foreign-based professionals coming, we got to the semi-final, lost to Ghana. I mean, it's understandable if you lose to Ghana. 2-1 in the semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations. We finished third in that competition. And then when we went to Tunisia 94, we knew even before the competition that we're going to win, because we knew we had a squad that was good enough to win the Africa Cup of Nations. But you look at what's happening today, we have a fantastic squad, or we should have a fantastic squad, but there is so much experimentation going on. There is so much, new players coming in, and sometimes you wonder what's happening. You hear the coach, the way he talks sometimes. He wants to go back to some players that we had in the past and all of that, and makes you wonder. Look, make no mistake, sometimes it is good to go back. Clemens Westerhoff went back. That was likely because people were demanding. Peter Rufai, didn't really keep much in the first few years of Clemens Westerhoff's career in the Super Eagles, but later people were clamoring that, look, we have a goalkeeper that when he's in goal, everybody goes to sleep because he hardly makes mistakes. He's so calm, his composure even reflects on the way his defense and his midfielders play. That was Peter Rufai, because we're conceding goals, we're always jittery. I went to watch the Super Eagles play when Wilfred Agbonibare was in goal in against Algeria in 1993 and against Cote d'Ivoire. You could tell that this team was good, but there was still something. That aura of invincibility that seems to surround the defense when Peter Rufai is in goal wasn't there. And eventually he brought Peter Rufai in for the team that went to Tunisia 94 and for the team that went to USA 94. Chidi Nwanu did not go to Tunisia 94. There were talks about that look, we should really be bringing Chidi Nwanu back into the team. He's better than some of the players that were there and everything. He didn't go to Tunisia 94. But
I was thinking he was going to pay Okechukwu.
He did at USA 94, not at Tunisia 94, because we had Stephen Keshi, who was having injuries at that time. Uche Okafor was also there. It was largely Uche Okafor and Uche Okechukwu that were in Tunisia 94. Stephen Keshi played the first game and also the semi-final, but largely because of injury. So Clemens Westerhoff had to bring in some players that had played for many years in the Super Eagles, and maybe you will have said, okay, we should be thinking about new players, not these ones. But those players were very important, and they helped to improve the team. I mean, you could not say Peter Rufai made the Super Eagles weaker. You couldn't say Chidi Nwanu made the Super Eagles weaker. You could not say the new players that were brought in, Austin JJ Okocha, what was this other guy that I mentioned earlier. You could not say that these new guys, Sunday Olise, you could not say that these new guys that came into the team made the team weaker. Instead, they made the team stronger. But with what is going on right now, we are not even sure. Right now, we are still trying to convince some players to switch their allegiance to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that's the only worry that I have, that now, after many years down the line, we are still not very sure of, okay, this is the core of the Super Eagles. No team, there is no team in the world that you will have the same set of players. These are the players that will play for the next 5 years. No, it's not possible.
Yeah,
because of course, one, they are not even the same ages. Some will retire before others, and then two, some will get injured. It's likely that some will drop form and all of that. But the core of the team should be there. The core, the bulk of that team you should be able to recognize it and say, okay, this is what we have. So that is the only worry I have. Not about the quality of the players. I know the players have got quality, but we've got some issues. It was just recently that I said he has settled for Maduka Okoye as his number one.
Number one, so, after trying out.
So
and others.
Well, let's say, and this is what the friendly matches are for. When you have these quality friendly matches, it helps you to select your team. So I am thinking that by now we should have a pool of maybe 25 players, 25 maximum, to say, okay, from this pool we will be getting. If you ensure that there is integrity in your selection of the players, it will mean that this team, that 25 that you get, this is the best of the best. So your Paul Onuachu will be in that squad, even if he's not starting, but he will be in that pool. People like Sadiq Omar will be there, even if you are not inviting him every month. People like Simi Wanko will be there, even if you are not inviting him for every match.
Jeremy Murphy, the guy is playing Europe right now.
That was what West Ham did in the past that made us to be so successful. So I am hoping that with time we'll have that. But sometimes you see, I saw them when they came to Benin, and so many new players in the team. Today you bring in Kevin Akpoguma. The next day you drop him. Another time you brought in. There was, even with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, there was a guy brought from Switzerland. From Switzerland.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this the time to be experimenting? By now we should know exactly your goalkeepers. West Ham's time, we had 4 main goalkeepers. There was Wilfred Agbodibare. There was Aloy Agu, who you would say was the most consistent, because right from 1989, 1990, he has been with West Ham and was in that team, although he was largely number 3. Then there was Ike Shorumu, the home-based goalkeeper from Stationary Stores. And of course, there was Peter Rufai. So whenever we were playing, you knew one of these guys would be there. Yeah, once in a while, we had NWBC, Egbo, we had one other, the guy that later became the media officer of the team. Also worked with SuperSport.
Trying to remember his name.
Peter Said was also there on the fringes, but you knew that when you had a huge game, it would be one of these 4, and even from the 4, we knew the top 3. So that was what made us to be so successful. And I hope that we can get that back, and I hope that with these friendlies that they're organizing, we are going to get. I've heard that they're planning to even have matches with Cameroon in Austria and all that. But these are the kind of things that you want to see. So hopefully we will get our Super Eagles back.
All right, that is what we are going to be expecting from the Super Eagles, quality friendlies that will put them in top shape ahead of the AFCON, because they've already qualified for the AFCON, but now that the qualifiers for the World Cup has been postponed, so they have to be kept busy. All right, we're going to our first break on the show. When we return, I'll talk more on sports. Don't go anywhere.
Do you know that following people without their consent is stalking, and it's an offense? Don't be an offender. We give our consent for you to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at KUFM Nigeria, on Instagram at KUFM Nigeria, on Twitter at KUFM Nigeria. Check out the latest pictures and videos and catch breaking news, entertainment gist, trending issues and happenings on social media by following us at KUFM Nigeria across the various platforms. KUFM, turn on excitement.
It's gotta be good, it's gotta be nourishing, truly special, worth sharing. I've been bringing to my life, my Hollandia yogurt, nourishing goodness for every moment, bringing out the best in me, yeah. My Hollandia yogurt, oh, my Hollandia yogurt, yeah.
Hollandia yogurt, wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
Oh yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
Are you a graduate or job seeker? Do not miss the opportunity to meet recruiters at the 4th edition of the Edo Job Fair coming up on Tuesday, 18th of May 2021. Time 10 a.m. This edition is virtual and attendance is free. For registration or inquiries, please visit www.edojobs.careers/virtual job fair or call 0807-864-6487. This event is brought to you by Edo Jobs and GIZ Sky.
I feel alive, so alive when I'm with my best friends, indulging my G Exotic. Nothing makes my drink more than when the mixer is delightful G Exotic. And after a long day, I wanna relax with the taste of my G Exotic.
Indulge and get lost in the deeply satisfying taste of the Chi Exotic range of delicious fruit blends.
Chi Exotic Nectar. I love the taste. Now available in can.
Enter the place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because I'll be shining. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight up curly. You know they tango. Lie, lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. You wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
Uncle Dentist, what can be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shay, they use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Now, hole for teeth, they cause most tooth pains will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Welcome back, and in case you're just joining us, it's T-Sports 3 Star reaching you live on 92.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. My name is Ewusa Ibeka, the Sports Maestro, and I still got Salih Ibrahim, the Brakadabra Sports, with me on the show this morning. Before we went on the break, we told you what to expect from Super Eagles, Nigeria Super Eagles, as the NFL president, Maju Pinnick, has promised that they are going to be kept busy with quality friendly games that will put them in top shape ahead of their tournaments coming up in the Africa Cup of Nations, as well as the World Cup qualifiers. Remember, the qualifiers have been moved from June to September, so they will still have some matches despite that postponement. So now let's move over to Europe and let's see, talk about what happened yesterday. The match yesterday was one to look out for, Manchester United and Liverpool. And one could say, okay, having lost to Leicester City, maybe Manchester United could take something from this, despite the fact that they are finishing the top 4 or their Champions League place, almost guaranteed. But yes, it's guaranteed.
They've already qualified.
Yeah. So, but one will expect them to give something positive because of the rivalry and all that. But Liverpool, who are in need of the 3 points to boost their title, top 4 hopes, just started on the bright notes. They won that game 4 goals to 2, convincing one, and 2 goals for Firmino, who has not scored for a very long time, and also Bruno Fernandes was also on discussion. But how would you react to that? Back-to-back defeats, same stadium, and also remember what happened outside. The Glazers,
the protest. Look, credits to Liverpool. They absolutely deserved it. They were the better side and they won. But you've also got to consider what protests like that do psychologically
to the home team.
The team that is at home, with their players and everything, because they see all of these things. And you've got to feel that there is a causality between the fans protesting and the results that we get, because it's not just Manchester United. We've seen it with other teams where their fans have protested. It tends to affect the performance of the players on the pitch. Either they draw or they lose, or even if they win, you feel maybe something is missing. And this is not the first time it is happening with Manchester United. But other clubs have protested, but it seems that it is their own that is worse. And the tends to get violent and also has been more sustained. And in particular, they are now not even talking about the European Super League anymore, although it was like the trigger that really instigated all of this. But what they are talking about now is the Glazers. They want them out. And if you are going to lose back-to-back Premier League matches against clubs that maybe should even be competing with you for the top 4, they lost to Leicester City. Some have even said, look, they should be deducted points for bringing the game into disrepute, that they did not field a strong team. But yesterday, they fielded a strong team. They fielded a stronger team yesterday. Much more stronger than the one that we saw against Leicester City. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can whine all he likes about playing 4 games in Manchester and all of that. But it is Manchester United that played. Nobody cares about whether you had to. Liverpool at one point, when they were playing in the FIFA Club World Cup, they had to field on the under 23 side. They were humiliated. They were beaten 5-0, but they took it. So these things, unfortunately, they happen in football. So yesterday, so much has been made, and of course we know, and that's why he has got a new contract. Edison Cavani, his movement and all of that, we didn't see it yesterday. Much credit to Liverpool, because they were able to just suffocate Manchester United. The pace of Marcus Rashford, we saw a bit of it. He got the goal. Bruno Fernandes was largely ineffective. I thought it was even dubious that the goal was given to him. That was clearly an own goal, but the defender will feel relieved that he didn't go against him, and it was given to Bruno Fernandes as his goal. But largely, Bruno Fernandes was anonymous. Paul Pogba, one of those frustrating days as a footballer, which many of his the teams that he plays for, especially since he came to Manchester United, fans have always complained about he's not giving his best and all of that. I thought that we saw some of that yesterday. But for Liverpool, you've got to say well done. They thought they had a penalty early on when Eric Bailly cleared the ball. Come on, he clearly got the ball. The follow through and all of that. The referee, Anthony Taylor, initially gave a penalty, but then VAR asked him to review, and he went there, saw it, and did not. Then Manchester United went ahead, and it looked like they were going to win the game. But Liverpool, to their credit, just kept at it. They played like the champions. If we had seen more of this performance from Liverpool, then maybe Manchester City will not be champions. But unfortunately, this kind of performance has been largely inconsistent this season. Look, I will not be surprised. The Liverpool played well yesterday, so well done. But such is their form this season that I will not be surprised if they lose the next game. This was a game that they were supposed to that was supposed to be the toughest of their run in. But they won it comfortably. It should even have been more than the scoreline of 4-2. However, because they've been so inconsistent, you never know. You never know in the English Premier League. I mean, if you look at the other fixtures, Leicester City, their match against Manchester United, that was one of the games that they were supposed to drop points in. But what happened? They won that one. The ones that you thought that, they were going to win this one, they dropped points. Chelsea, against Manchester City away, they were supposed to drop points, maybe a draw or they lose, but they won that game. Then against Arsenal, a team that has been struggling this season, you thought, it was going to be easy for Chelsea, but they were beaten, and that's why the Premier League is,
so unpredictable,
the most unpredictable league in the world. And but for Manchester United, well, I don't know. You would not say I've had. All kind of things being said, like they are just trying to assist Liverpool and all of that. No, Manchester United will not. If there is any club that they will look, the integrity in the English game is so high that I don't think anybody, any club will deliberately want to assist another team. But even if there is, they do that. If there is one team that Manchester United will deliberately go out of their way not to assist, it is Liverpool. It is Liverpool. So even if they have qualified for the Champions League, if they have a way of knocking Liverpool out to ensure that Liverpool doesn't play Champions League football, Liverpool is more successful than them in the Champions League. Liverpool have won it 6 times. They have won it only 3 times. So they will not have helped Liverpool in any way. So we have to give credit to Liverpool for what they did. They really came out, and that's why they got all 3 points last night. Mo Salah, I thought, was fantastic, the way he broke away and got that 4th goal, and I knew it was coming. If Manchester United did not score, because that's how it is in football. When you are chasing the game, you throw everything into it. So every outfield player, apart from the goalkeeper, every outfield player of Manchester United was in the half of Liverpool. And Mo Salah was also in his half when he had that chance. And classic counter-attack, the moment he got the ball, he just knew Mo Salah was going to score. And he did, which was the game. Because at 3-2, Manchester United had chances to make it 3-3. But unfortunately for them, it didn't quite work out. And eventually Liverpool won it. So Liverpool have given themselves a massive shot in the arm. And now you feel that if Liverpool win their remaining 3 matches, yes, at the moment they are not in the top 4. But when you look at the fixture and everything that is going on, you realize that, they've got a very good chance. They've got 3 matches to go. They are on 35 points. So it means that they can get to 69 points. They cannot catch Manchester United, who are already on 70 points. So Manchester United are assured. They can, of course, overtake Leicester City, who are on 66 points. They can overtake Chelsea, who are on 64 points. So for Leicester City and Chelsea, you will ordinarily say, well, if they win their remaining 2 matches, then there is no way Liverpool can catch them. Yeah, you will be absolutely right. In fact, Leicester City need just 4 points to ensure that Liverpool doesn't catch them. But the problem there for both Chelsea and Leicester City is that they are going to play each other. The next game for Chelsea in the Premier League and the next game for Leicester City in the Premier League is the one at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea versus Leicester City, after the FA Cup final this weekend. So both of them cannot win. Both of them cannot win. One team can win, but both of them can drop points. So if Liverpool wins their remaining 3 matches, they go to 69 points. Let's say Leicester City, they lose to Chelsea. They remain on 66 points. And Chelsea will be on 67 points. If Chelsea win their last game against Aston Villa away, you've got to back them to win that one. They go to 70 points. So it means that Liverpool, even if the
Liverpool, look at their fixtures. Just look at their fixtures, Ibrahim. They've got West Brom to play away from home. In their next game, they will also travel to Burnley. Then before hosting Crystal Palace in their last game.
But didn't Burnley beat them at Anfield? Didn't West Brom beat them at Anfield? This is the English Premier League. You never look. Fulham beats them. I think Fulham, West Brom, and Burnley beats Liverpool at Anfield. Liverpool lost 6 matches consecutively at home. was it 6 or even 7 self? I think even Southampton beat them. So the matches that you didn't expect them to lose, they did. But against Manchester United away at Old Trafford, they won, which was the first time that they are doing that in a long while. So it's something that it's so unpredictable. So for Liverpool, if they win their remaining matches, they go to 69 points. Yes, even if Leicester City lose their game,
to Chelsea.
Yes, they will and they win their last game.
Okay, they also go to 69. They now look at goal difference.
They will look at goal difference, and you look at the goal difference. Liverpool are on 20. Leicester City are on 21. So if Leicester City lose to Chelsea, and Liverpool win their game, then Liverpool goal difference will be slightly better than that of Leicester City. So the goal difference can make them go ahead of Leicester City. So they will have to do their part by winning their remaining matches. Because if they drop points, it's going to be really, really difficult for them. So they are not there just yet. But you look at it and you say, okay, it is now in their hands. If they win their remaining 3 matches, they are likely to make it. For Chelsea, they are very close, but not there just yet. If they lose to Leicester City, for instance, then they've opened the door clearly for Liverpool. It will no longer be in their hands. Even a draw might not be good enough for Chelsea, because if they draw that game, they go to 65 points. Then they win away. The maximum they can get to is 68 points, which was why losing to Chelsea was losing to Arsenal was a very bad result.
Yeah, they are gotten a point in that game.
Yeah, a point. Or if they had won, then they would have known that, okay, one more win, then they would be home and dry. But now Chelsea have got to win their remaining 2 matches to be sure of qualification for the Champions League. Otherwise, all the good works that they've said Thomas Tuchel has done, I mean, if you fail to win the Champions League, and being a final is not guaranteed. Nobody says you are going to win. I mean, last season, Frank Lampard got to the final with his team, but they lost to Arsenal, and that was the time that Arsenal too was not having a very good season, but they were able to win the FA Cup. So Chelsea, yes, we've seen some progress after Lampard left and Tuchel has come in, but with the way it is going, it is still possible for them to end the season horribly. They could lose the final of the FA Cup, they could lose the final of the Champions League, and they may still not make the top 4. So nothing is guaranteed yet. But of course, it could still end very well. They could make the top 4. They could win the FA Cup. They could win the Champions League. Before their fans come for my head and say I said they will not win anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a possibility of all of these things happening. So even for Liverpool, there's a possibility that they will not even qualify for the Champions League. So for Leicester City, it's the same thing. It could be a trophyless season. They may not win the FA Cup. They may not qualify for the Champions League. So everything is still possible. But I think it keeps all the teams honest, and it keeps us really interested. And this is what you always get from the English Premier League. There is always interest until the very last. So congratulations to Liverpool yesterday. They absolutely deserved it. But there was something that I saw at the end of the game, which I'm sure many people also observed. It's not nice at all. Sadio Mane refusing to shake the hand of, in fact, he just ignored him completely, of his manager, Jurgen Klopp. After the game, Jurgen Klopp wanted to, and he was even shaking hands. He had given a high five to Scott McTominay. So Jurgen Klopp came, shook the hands of McTominay. I was going to Sadio Mane, and Sadio Mane just waved him off and walked away. Which is really not that. You do not do that to your manager in public. You could in the dressing room say whatever, that coach, I don't like the way you are treating me. You kept me on the bench, and you could say whatever. Sadio Mane, of course, one of the greatest players, not just in the history of Liverpool, in the history of the Premier League. He's been wonderful. He's been awesome. But whatever happens, he shouldn't have reacted that way. I would, if I could talk to him, I would tell him, look, go and apologize. And I hope that's something he's going to do. The other players will talk to him and tell him, go and meet him. Go and meet him in his office and apologize for what you did. As I said, look, in the dressing room, you could rant, you could say whatever, but not in the full glare of the public. You do that to your manager. And we know that Jurgen Klopp, Jurgen Klopp hardly even criticizes his players in public. He's somebody that has always protected his players. So I will not even if he's a player, a coach that comes out and is criticizing his players, I will not say you as a player should retaliate, and in public you do that to your manager. So I would strongly advise that he tries to make up. Although Jurgen Klopp was asked about it after, and he just waved it aside like, understand, every player wants to play every time. Nobody wants to be on the bench. Even if you take off somebody, people. And I've seen managers, sometimes they take off the player, and as the player is coming off, when they can see that the player is unhappy, they go to meet him and try to talk to him that, look, it's tactical or something. I want to protect you or whatever. I understand all of that, but you shouldn't be petulant in public, and you end up embarrassing your manager. So that was not an item from Sadio Mane. And especially, I mean, can you even question the decision of the coach? The Diego Jota that came in scored. Roberto Firmino scored. Sadio Mane scored. So what is the concern? What is the problem? Why are you angry that you were not? You didn't start the game. I mean, and you were even brought on. You know, so
I'm sure he's going to apologize. But looking at what Everton did, Ibrahim, against Aston Villa, if they had won that game, could have, given them the chance to get Europa League tickets, if that's what they're able to get. But they also wasted the chances they got, and they drew against Aston Villa. Now they are where they are on 8 spots with 56 points. So they are still going to struggle to get European ticket the way things are right now, because Carlo Ancelotti, honestly, I never expected that performance from him.
Everton are ending the season with a whimper. When they started, remember, we were even saying, let us not just wave aside their potential title push, because their manager is Carlo Ancelotti. He is one of the most accomplished managers in the world, has won the Champions League with different clubs. He came, the first time he came to the English Premier League with Chelsea, in his first season, he won the double. Yeah. He won the FA Cup and the English Premier League title. So he knows exactly what he's doing. And honestly, I thought that if they had kept him, he would have won more Premier League titles with Chelsea, because even the second season, he finished second, and he did pretty well. But Abramovich fired him because he did not win anything that season. So when he came into Everton and we saw how well they started, I was thinking, okay, something could happen with this team. But now they find themselves in a position where they may not even qualify for Europe altogether. Arsenal, as bad the season as they've had, just 1 point. They're just 1 point ahead of Arsenal, although they've even played a game less. But they didn't do themselves any favors yesterday by dropping points. At one point, we were thinking, they could even make the Champions League. But now things are not looking that way anymore. So it's really disappointing, and if you are an Evertonian, you will not be happy with how the season is ending. But they've still just got to keep pushing and maybe try and improve on this performance next season.
All right, before we go to Spain, I'll quickly just throw light on what Alex Ferguson said. He is grateful for extra years. We all remembered how it was really tough for him during the brain hemorrhage in 2018. But right now, 3 years after, he said he's grateful and he's really happy with how he feels right now.
We are happy. We are thankful for the extra years, as he calls it, 3 extra, and we hope that the Almighty will extend it further. He's 79 now. Yeah. Look, with life expectancy, even in the most advanced countries in the world, there is not many places. I think Japan, where you have 80-something life expectancy and all that. But when you get to 79, this part of it will say you are an ancestor, so you should be ready to go at any time, But we thank God. My dad was 69 when he died. That same year that Alex Ferguson was 2018. My dad died in 2017. So we are happy that he's still here, because when I heard that he suffered a brain hemorrhage, I feared he was, because of course he isn't a spring chicken anymore. Even with younger people, once anything that has to do with the brain, it's something that is very, very serious. All these are vital organs in the body. So that he made a full recovery. He was at the game yesterday. He was at Old Trafford. I saw him. He was there. And that's one thing. His passion for the game is second to none. He was there to watch them. And unfortunately, he has seen some horrible results in his time, especially after he left. Manchester United have not won the title since 2013. He was the last person to win it for them. And he has seen different managers come and go. He was there for 26 years. During his time, because he was so good, there was no need to appoint any manager. But since he left, we've had David Moyes, whom he selected himself. We've had Luis Van Gaal. We've had Jose Mourinho. Now we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm talking about permanent managers.
Yeah, for now.
Now we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which is a product, and no manager in the English Premier League has produced managers like Sir Alex Ferguson. So many of them. Steve Bruce right now is still even in the English Premier League. He played under Sir Alex Ferguson. Mark Hughes played under Sir Alex. So there's been so many managers. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that is now the manager of Manchester United, played under Sir Alex Ferguson. So he is not just a super coach. He is a coach who produces coaches. You know, there's somebody here that we call the coach of coaches. Yeah, so like the great Alabi Essien. That's the kind of person that Sir Alex Ferguson is. You know, so we are happy that God has granted him extra. I know he wouldn't have been happy with what he saw yesterday, because that game was something that he never wanted to lose. And remember, famously, when he took over, when Sir Alex Ferguson took over, Liverpool were on 19 titles, 19 Division 1 titles. Manchester United were on 7. And he told Liverpool that we will get to you and knock you off your perch. That's what he said, that was the target. And he did it. He added 13 to the 7 that he met, and now they have 20 Premier League, 20 First Division titles, when you had the Premier League and the old Division 1 title. So it's really, really amazing what he's been able to do. So he spoke ahead of a film which was directed by his son. In fact, his son, we know of Darren Ferguson, who is also into football management, but Darren is a twin, and his twin brother is Jason, and Jason is the one who directed this movie. The movie is titled Sir Alex Ferguson Never Give In, and they said it's going to recount Sir Alex Ferguson's journey on and off the pitch, the support of his family, and the recovery from his health care. And he is saying that maybe the audience would be quite surprised and shocked at what they are going to see, how he comes off in the documentary, because Jason says he wants to portray a very personal side of his father. He wanted people to see him as, not because as a manager we know that Sir Alex Ferguson was ruthless. He was absolutely ruthless. When you hear the hair dryer treatment, when some of the players recount how the experience with him, I mean, you will say, this man, he never liked losing, and he will put you in your place, because he coached so many superstars, people with super massive egos. David Beckham was his player. Eric Cantona, the one they call the King at Old Trafford, was his player. Paul Ince, Steve Bruce, Ryan Giggs, so many great players with big egos. So he had to really be authoritative. And when you hear some anecdotal recollections of the experience with Sir Alex Ferguson, you will understand that he was very mean and tough, because you need to be that to succeed the way he did. But there was also a personal side. So that's what the son is trying to bring out in this movie. And Sir Alex Ferguson himself is saying that when you guys see this thing, you'll be shocked. You'll say, no, this is not Sir Alex Ferguson. He doesn't behave this way. He's not this gentle and all of that. But it will be great. I would love to watch the movie, because in spite of everything, he's human. The same thing with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, there are things that he does and he says that you like, oh, really? Is he like this? He's a human being. It's just that because he wants to win a football game, he has to act in a certain manner. But you saw what he said some years ago when he was sick, and when he was asked what he wanted to do, that if God could grant him 3 wishes, what will he use it for? And one of the things he says that he's going to cure Tito Villanova, who unfortunately was sick with cancer then. And you know the rivalry between Barcelona and Real Madrid. But Jose Mourinho, even at one point, poked the eye of Tito Villanova. But he said, look, I would Hill Tito. Unfortunately, we lost Tito, but when Jose Mourinho said things like that, people were like, "Oh, so this man is this caring." No, he is human, and there's so many other things
that's how human.
So the same thing with Sir Alex Ferguson. I would really love to see this film about him so that we can see the other side of him.
Okay, quickly now, before we take your messages, we can tell you that Real Madrid, they have kept their title hopes alive following their 4-1 win over Granada. Yesterday it was an away win for them, and that has also kept them in the second spot with 17 points, just 2 behind Atletico Madrid. Then in the in Germany, it was the German Cup final that took place yesterday, and it was a one-way riot for Borussia Dortmund. These guys are really hungry, and they got a 4-1 win over RB Leipzig. The last game for Julian Nagelsmann, who is joining Bayern Munich next season. A brace from Jadon Sancho and also a brace from Erling Braut Haaland.
I saw both of them. Haaland was saying Sancho was the man. It's all about him. He was the one that made them win. And Sancho was saying, no, you are the man. You made us win. So it's good to be humble that way. And for Borussia Dortmund, I mean, a very good way to end this season. Because RB Leipzig, they really came out this season and did well. I think they're second in the Bundesliga to Bayern Munich. Yeah, so Borussia Dortmund needed to also make a statement, and that's why they've done this. So congratulations to them.
All right, we've been told that in the match between a boxing match between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, fans will be allowed to go into that game on the 14th of August in Saudi Arabia. That's what Eddie Hearn is telling us, and we can't wait to have that fight because it's the biggest fight as far as boxing is concerned. Quickly, let's take the basketball NBA results only and look at some of the SMS.
Okay, a couple of games were played. Of course, we know the play-in and the playoff. It's getting close. So many teams have already. I think in the Eastern Conference, we're waiting for just one more spot to be absolutely sure who is in the playoffs. In the Western Conference, it's going to be between LA Lakers and Portland Trailblazers. The same thing happening in the Eastern Conference. All other spots have been picked. So we had LA Clippers. They took on Charlotte Hornets. The Clippers won this 113 points to 90 points. For Milwaukee Bucks, they were winners over Indiana Pacers. They won this encounter 142 points to 133 points. Then for Orlando Magic, they lost to Atlanta Hawks 116 points to 93. For Philadelphia 76ers, they were beaten by Miami Heat 106 points to 94. Then New York Knicks beat San Antonio Spurs 102 points to 98. For Chicago Bulls, they also had a good encounter.
They beat
Toronto Raptors 114 points to 102 points. Then Memphis Grizzlies beat Sacramento Kings 116 to 110 points. And then Denver Nuggets were winners over Minnesota Timberwolves 114 points to 103 points. And Portland Trailblazers, they were beaten by Phoenix Suns 118 points to 117 points.
Okay, let's quickly look at the messages. In the evening, we'll be looking at the fixtures for tomorrow and other stories as well.
This is Oga Nawao. Chelsea will win the 2 cups and make the top 4 also. I want you to apologize to we Chelsea fans. I am Fanta from Benin. So you see, as if I knew somebody would say this.
Yeah.
Look, when
you said it. I'm just analyzing,
analysis. You guys should please. I don't want to free.
Calm down.
We're just looking at the possibilities, and that's what we do in analysis. It's possible that Chelsea will win their remaining matches, and so they will win the FA Cup, they will win the Champions League, and they will finish in the top 4. But it's also possible that Chelsea will not finish in the top 4. It's not certain yet. The only 2 teams that have made the top 4 now is Manchester City, who are champions, and Manchester United. Any of the other ones could drop out. Liverpool may not make it. Chelsea may not make it. Leicester City may not make it. So until they get it, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Fanta, well done. I hope everybody Maybe the soft drink. This one says, good morning, guys. Jude from AI. I don't know what happened between Ole and AODDG. What's that? Don't understand. Henderson is not good enough. Greenwood is in form. Why is Rashford playing? He is not adding anything to the team. Now God go save us from bad coach. Okay. This one says, good morning, KU Sports. Tell them, Jude from AI, tell them that United and Ole cannot and will not kill us if it's not affecting the Glazers. Why should it affect us, the fans? I will eat well, sleep well, and my mind will be at peace. But I remain a United fan till I die. Red Devils and Bavarian for life. Okay.
One more.
I knew it was one Yeye team that was going to put sand in our gari. Anyways, I blame Jorginho, and I just hope Kovacic is fit enough for the Champions League final. Mike from Sapele Road. Oh, so Arsenal is a Yeye team.
All right, that's the much you can take on the show this morning. Don't worry, we'll come in. We'll take more text messages and also open the phone lines for you to contribute. But before we go, let's take the final whistle on the show this morning.
Of course, it disrupted us a little bit, so it's not been ideal, but we have to deal with it. Hopefully, when we let the fans in on Tuesday, it's a good atmosphere. We have waited a long time to let them in, so we are looking forward to enjoying the game together. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reacting to the fans' protests at Old Trafford before the game against Liverpool last night. And that's the final whistle on the show this morning.
With that, we come to the end of the show. We'll see you guys later at 4. Many thanks to you guys for being part of the show, and those of you that sent your messages. And many thanks to my strike partner, Salih Ibrahim, the Bracadabra Sports. My name is Egusa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro, saying have a wonderful day ahead, and bye-bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapele Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or have been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. For the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
Are you a business owner or recruiter? Do not miss the opportunity to find suitable candidates at the 4th edition of the Edo Job Fair, coming up on Tuesday, the 18th of May, 2021. Time, 10 a.m. This edition is virtual and job exhibition at the fair is free. For registration and inquiries, please visit www.edojobs.careers/virtual job fair or call 0902-7465-864. This event is brought to you by Edo Jobs and GIZ Sky.
The place and brighten, make everybody they wonder. Waiting because I'll be shining. Lush hair, long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. You wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
1xBet, oh, 1xBet. Everyone agrees that 1xBet is the favorite bookie because of the highest odds, fast deposits, ability to sell slips, bet insurance, and more. What's even more exciting about 1xBet is that you can make money from things like virtual games, basketball, horse racing, and more. Log on to 1xBet.ng to register, and don't forget to use the promo code RadioWin and get 200% bonus on your first deposit. 1xBet, bet for every taste.
92.7 KUFM. City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
Welcome to KUFM's News Update at 9. I am Godslove Orlando. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki says Nigeria's greatest strength as a country is the beauty of its diversity, which must be upheld at all time. He is therefore appealing to Nigerians to continue to explore this aspect of the country's uniqueness and avoid any tendencies that will create disaffection. The governor made the call when he received Muslim faithful on the occasion of this year's Eid celebration in Government House on Thursday, led by the Chief Imam of Benin, Alhaji Abdul Fattah Nabulele. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has declared Gimba Yahu Kumo, son-in-law to the President Muhammadu Buhari, wanted for alleged $65 million fraud. Kumo, a former managing director of Federal Mortgage Bank, got married to Buhari's daughter in October 2016 in Daura, Katsina State. The commission, in a notice published on its website, signed by the ICPC spokesperson Azuko Gugwa, said Kumo was wanted alongside Tarifi Rufus and Bola Ogunshola over alleged misappropriation and dispersion of National Housing Fund. The Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has said the federal government will soon reconstitute the Special Terrorism Prosecution Court to try the recently arrested 400 suspected Boko Haram financiers and other terror suspects. In a statement issued on Thursday, the AGF spokesman, Dr. Umar Jibrilu Gwandu, quoted him as assuring that the federal government was committed to ending insecurity in the country. He said in addition to the prosecution of 400 suspected Boko Haram financiers, the government has taken more measures to counter the twin trouble of insurgency and insecurity in the country. Elsewhere, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Thursday paraded two men alongside a mobile police inspector accused of impersonating its operatives in Lagos and extorting members of the public. The agency's zonal head in Lagos, Gali Ahmed, who spoke on behalf of EFCC Chairman Abdul Rashid Bawa, said the two-man gang and the officer were arrested at New Horizon Estate, Lekki, Lagos on Wednesday. Ahmed said the suspects had made useful statement and will soon be arraigned in court. And finally, on News Update at 9, the World Bank has said remittances by Nigerians in the diaspora declined by 27.7% in 2020. A report by the World Bank titled Defying Predictions, Remittance Flows Remain Strong During COVID-19 Crisis said Nigeria contributed 40% of the remittances into sub-Saharan Africa. It put remittances to sub-Saharan Africa at 42 billion naira and 40% contribution of Nigeria to this means that remittances to Nigeria was $16.8 billion in 2020. And that's KUFM's News Update at 9. Coming up next is Talkam radio program. I am Godslove Orlando, saying thanks for listening and good morning.
Won it! Oh my gosh! Guys, since I joined BigBet, I've been cashing out steadily. You don't mean it! Look at you! Let me tell you, they offer bigger odds, 315% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you can even cash out anytime, whether in the shops or online. They also have the best virtual games and jackpots. You see, they even pay winnings instantly. Guy, choose bigger rewards. Visit www.biggiebet.com to claim your 120% welcome bonus now. Biggiebet, bigger reward, big.
Now, back to the hits faster.
We are KU 927.
We are gathered here now in holy matrimony. Matrimony, holy matrimony. Matrimony, girl, I'm ready. What you waiting for? Take it easy, baby. Let's see smoke. Give me jelly. Okay. Oda, hurry, baby. Give them softly, eh? Slow and steady. You're my freaky, yeah. Holy matrimony. Give me jelly. Matrimony. I say who they handle you. Nobody they sample you. Nobody they order you. Nobody say they want you.
For the neck, just kiss me properly. Enemies when they want to the best, we do kill them gradually. Give me ring, I'll be your privacy. Yeah. Tell your mommy, daddy, make them know. Say I want to give you loving on the low. Your mama try. Give me ring, I'll be your property. You say who they handle me. Nobody they sample me. Nobody they order me. Nobody say they want do me. Oh, make them dead. Okay. You say who they handle me. Nobody they sample me. Nobody they order me. Nobody say they want do me. Oh, make them dead. All over. I am catching feelings, so baby. All over. You got me falling all over. As you give me jelly. Oh yeah, come and take the sugar. All over. I am catching feelings, so baby. All over. You got me falling all over. As you give me jelly. Baby, you and I. Girl, now you the ginger. If you know how you the cause you drop. Shit, you know go one person. Love the way you the dance, girl. I am baby. Why get I love fire? Mommy, you the cool. Let's hop in my Maserati. Baby, hop in my Maserati. I said hop in my Maserati. Hop in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Yeah, say me I love the way you bend body. Hop in my Maserati. Baby, hop in my Maserati. And I just wanna see you ride. Somebody Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm more checker. All of you. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm more checker. All of you. Let me give you butterfly. Say now you did mesmerize me. I'm out to shine to civilize. Anywhere you go, I go follow. When I up the music, make it follow. And I go give you steady on the slow. Baby, don't dull, make a ginger. Shawty, I know you like to party. I'm out to jump on you. Show my body, shit. Yeah, baby, come on, God. Innocent, no party. Yeah. I'm gonna make you happy. Up in my Maserati. Baby, up in my Maserati. I say up in my Maserati. Up in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Yeah, say me I love the way you bend body. Up in my Maserati. Baby, up in my Maserati. And I just wanna see you ride. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm up, check out all of you. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm up, check out all of you. Up in my Maserati. Big love in my Maserati. I say up in my Maserati. Up in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Yeah, say me I love the way you bend body. Up in my Maserati. Make you love in my Maserati. And I just wanna see you right.
Police, girl, I'm on my knees. Yo, I be gangsta, I know they do, I'm normally, yo. I apologize, cause so many times I have done you wrong, but you stick around. You're still in my life, I don't wonder why. You're my energy, you don't get me high, even though you are not like me. Oh, I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. You are so divine. You they give me time, even when I lie and I compromise. You they give me life, anytime I'm down. You they give me vibes. You're my energy, you they get me high, even though you are not like me. Oh. You give me love, I don't deserve. Who am I when you love like this? I have been around the world, yeah. I never see love like this. Oh, I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. I never see anyone who give me love like this. Oh, I never see anyone who give me love like this.
KUFM.
Human trafficking, gender-based violence, child abuse, and other abuses are happening very close to you.
Very close to you.
It is not good you see these things happening and you close your eyes and mouth. Don't keep silent.
If you see human trafficking, talk If you keep silent, you are supporting human trafficking.
If you see gender-based violence, talk If you keep silent, you are supporting gender-based violence.
If you see child abuse, talk If you keep silent, you are supporting child abuse.
If you want to report human trafficking, gender-based violence, and child abuse, use Talkam app. That's TALKAM or visit www.talkam.org.
Talkam.
Country people, I sure salute give all of now this morning on Top Way radio station 92.7 KUFM. Now you listen to right now. All those jams we say you don't they hear since you don't they ask where they come from. Now here we can't on top studio here. They make sure say you did jolly for wherever you did work. Yes, now because on the day don't finish, so it makes sense say you don't go back to work. Except for people will be saying they don't do some kind mago they for no go work today. And besides for Jigawa State, I mean don't read them on top of the newspaper review. Say them they don't declare Friday will be today as public holiday. So you see say their own holiday don't long from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. But you and I know say they happen for Edo State. Everybody don't go back to work except like I've been talked before. Except say you did koni, don't call your guy for office now. Don't talk one kind lie. They use one eye, they look you. So I welcome you at another wonderful program this morning. In case you just they ask who's pressing voice where you they hear. So yeah, you they hear my voice on top of this radio station every time. In case you know, my name now Orlando. Yes. And I they welcome you to this wonderful program will be Talkam radio program. This program now, waiting this program they do now to teach us will be Nigerians about human trafficking, gender-based violence and child abuse. We don't start this program since March, Abi? Yes. Since March now we don't start this program. So, and every Friday from 9:15 go reach 9:45, we they carry the program Consama given up. People will bring this program for now. Now Develop Center for Africa Development. And then sit down, drink water, carry by around paper, write and talk, say, now so we want we could do this. So now this kind of thing I want to. They can't design this program. Can't join body with Acción contra la Tatra for Spain. Can also get support from Pamplona City Council. So now all of them knock heads together. Can't give on this program. So to take educate now on what I've been not talk before we be human trafficking, gender-based violence and child abuse. To teach me and you how to monitor. Monitor means they had to do but when this kind of thing they happen, when all these kind of things I don't name before they happen and you they shook eye for the matter, not be boy you they do, you they monitor. And if you don't monitor finish, this program will teach you how to report the cases, the abuses. If you don't say you don't want to talk, make person for no know your voice because say these days if person talk, you don't already know the person where they talk. So you won't report cases and you don't want call for radio station. If you say, I won't do and to us with writing, make them for no know who they report the case. Because these days, if you see bad thing, you won't come talk bad thing, they'll ask you waiting be your concern. Now they spoil this country. So say you they see bad thing, you don't want to talk. If you say you they mind your business. Or you people say, ego boomerang. Boomerang means say if you knock ball for war, it go come back to you, come enjoy you. So if you see that kind of thing, you guys open your mouth, talk. And say you don't want to talk like I've been on mentioned before. You don't want to use platform where we say they will take know you. They get app for this program. The name of the app now Talkam. What you go do be say you go for your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store if you they use the Google phone, iPhone. You go your Apple Play Store or Google Play Store. Come type Talkam. Talkam now TALKAM. If you type Talkam, you go see one blue logo like that. We carry hand, come hold phone. Yes, now be that app. Just jejely, just download the app. When you don't download the app, so everything where they happen for your area or that woman where they beat person picking, even though her own picking, just they maltreat the picking anyhow. Person where say this woman they do bad thing or they do human trafficking, they send people come up from Nigeria, but they do bad thing for abroad. If they sell people. Or you see no person where they do gender-based violence, so they beat man or where they beat woman. Because these days, gender-based violence, not only woman they suffer. Man say follow they suffer. So if you know, say they see any of these kind of things where I don't talk, Kuku just go the app, go report. Nobody go collect your name. Nobody, nothing concern them. What they know be say, shall report the case to us. From there, go carry the matter, go forward. And if you know say they listen to me, you want to know how I take the sound for PG. You know, so I don't they used to me to they speak English. Just Kuku join us on top Facebook down now. Our Facebook handle now Talkam. We did live on top Facebook this morning. Just go open your Facebook app, go type Talkam. Once you see click, you go see our Facebook live. Join and make for the talk this morning. Now, before I talk about the matter, we say I carry consumer given, and also we expect our guests will go join us very soon. Before I open up on that matter, you know, so we don't been talk plenty matter, gender-based violence, and we talk about child abuse last week. We open my eyes to so many things. We talk about human trafficking, different types of human trafficking. We don't talk about plenty things. And I sure say you don't listen. Now, I won't change the program a little before we begin to talk about today's program. Me want open the phone line now. Make I hear from you now. So far, so good. So far, so good. If you know say you don't see things and you want reports, nah. If you want make contribution, we'll go see open the phone line later. I'll not be the final one will be this, so we'll see open the phone line later. You won't make contribution, it gets where this show don't touch you for one side like that. You won't choke mouth, can't talk, can't, reason on some kind of things we say we suppose know. If you just reach us right now, the numbers we say you feel call now 0706 263 9275 0903 939 4427 and 0812 178 9154. Those ones are the number we say you feel green us on top of the program this morning. But if you know say Kuku got plenty credit to talk, you just want to write down for message where it could cost you just chicken money. Our text line is 0807 400 9076. Or if you just do WhatsApp 0812 178 9154. Make a small break. When we come back, we'll go carry the matter from here. Not go anywhere. This na Talkam radio program on top 92.7 KUFM.
Human trafficking, gender-based violence, child abuse, and other abuses are happening very close to you. Very close to you. It is not good you see these things happening and you close your eyes and mouth. Don't keep silent.
If you see human trafficking, Talkam. If you keep silent, you are supporting human trafficking.
If you see gender-based violence, Talkam. If you keep silent, you are supporting gender-based violence.
If you see child abuse, Talkam. If you keep silent, you are supporting child abuse.
If you want to report human trafficking, gender-based violence, and child abuse, use Talkam app. That's TALKAM or visit www.talkam.org.
Talkam.
On this journey where you did, don't forget tomorrow, eh? Mr. Waka Waka, Mrs. Waka Waka, you too like La Vida Loca, eh? It dey make you feel some type of way. Eventually, as time passes, when your run is done, tell me now who you gon' call. Eventually, as time passes, when your run is done, tell me now who you will call. Mr. Waka Waka, brother Waka Waka, you know get this small loyalty.